The Jim and Terry Show coming to you from
Goff City in New Hampshire.
Goffstown.
Goffstown in New Hampshire.
From
yes.
St. Elm's College.
Yes, and it's been a late night since we had to watch the hockey game in between this whole debate. And,
Did you have the hockey game on your
no, it was the hockey
iPhone?
Game. It was the hockey game.
The hockey game ruled, as it should if you're a Leafs fan. Well, let's leave the Leafs for now and just celebrate the win. I mean, 3-1, it's a long way to dig out of that hole, but maybe it's possible. But turning our thoughts to Goffstown, St. Elm's College in New Hampshire, and the CNN Town Hall.
Yeah, we were looking at the picture of it. Terry and I are thinking that when CNN set this up, that the lighting seems very blue. Now, I don't know if it changed through the night. Did they bring it back and forth?
Not that I've seen in any images.
So the people were lit up in blue, the walls were lit up in blue, and of course it's the opposite in Canada. You see, blue is conservative here. Down in the United States, blue is Republican, is Democrat.
Yeah.
And red is conservative Republican. So that might have been a slap at Trump's face. I
A little subliminal messaging from CNN?
Well, definitely was that, because everything that we ever see anytime ever again, there's subliminal messaging put in. Everything.
Maybe. Let's go
look
to
at when they're selling guns and stuff. You don't see some miserable old person that looks like he's a terrorist when they're showing the gun. It's a smiley, wonderful woman or something. Notice the spring action on this gun.
You've gone to NRA shows, have you?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
All right, let's go to Caitlin Collins. Oh, what did you think of the host? If you have no thoughts, I will chime in my 2 cents worth.
I saw her trying to wrestle in and wrestle him back. That really is probably the hardest job in the earth with Trump, because he just ignores you. He talks right over you. That's what he does. So, for instance, when they asked, do you want Ukraine to win, he said, I just want people to stop dying. But the question was, do you want Ukraine to win? He wouldn't answer it.
No.
Same as, do you think Putin should be brought up in, humanitarian war crime charges? He wouldn't answer it. She kept trying to bring it back, but you can spend 15 minutes on one question. He ain't going to answer it.
So Caitlin Collins, who is, I thought, an up-and-coming, was in over her head with Donald Trump, who is now a convicted convicted on the charge of libel for being a sexual predator, and twice impeached, facing 34 indictments, and a serial liar, 30,000 lies in 4 years in office, and she's up against this guy.
But she, if you listen to CNN, she is the most knowledgeable of CNN to do the job. She has been around a while. I think she's the head correspondent she was, for the White House. So she knows what's going on. So she's probably not as young as she looks, and probably has a lot of experience.
Would it have been better if they had a different host, as in a male, maybe a Jake Tapper or somebody, a Wolf Blitzer, or maybe a Anderson?
Well, I
Anderson
don't know what
Cooper.
the agreements are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just asking you, in theory, would that be better?
You can see the picture of the audience right there. Is there a mix of men and women? Or
I've got the back of the heads, and the other ones are too small, but it
what
looks
I
like
saw-
a predominantly white and gray crowd.
No, I meant gender. Because what I saw was adoring women. So that would have been set up.
Looks like about 50-50.
Well, yeah, so he probably said, I want 50% women to show that I'm a president of women. And then
Oh, so do you think he had conditions on which?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
He probably, if you look at who voted in New Hampshire, you'll probably find that he did really well in New Hampshire.
With women.
And maybe with women, or with the far right, or macho men or something.
My question that you have not answered yet is, would that have gone better if there was a different moderator?
No.
So you don't think having a male, having an older person, so no. Either way, no matter who you put there, it was going to be a dog's breakfast.
That's right. Only imaging is maybe the only difference it would be. Other than that, she's probably, and I may be wrong, but she's probably was the best pick. Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they throw in the best pick? So they put someone in who's very knowledgeable, and she's always
good.
has struck me as a no-nonsense
She's good.
woman.
Yep, she's good.
So other than that, I doubt if there's
Okay,
anybody
let's go on
else.
to the specific answers. You mentioned one about Ukraine. He would not. He would have the war over in 24 hours. I think is
24
what he
hours,
said.
which is
so,
bull.
So what does that mean?
Well, if he goes anywhere near 24 hours, so let's say 24 days, it means he's not going to fund the war anymore, and Russia can come in and take the land. That's what I think he means. And I think that's the messaging I would get.
And that's what Russia's hoping for.
Oh, yeah. Well, Russia, yeah.
So they're going to wait this thing out. They're going to try to keep Ukraine on the
right.
battlefield until
Till they get their-
2024.
Till they get their man.
Till they get
Trump.
their man. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Other things that he was saying, he went over the E. Jean Carroll trial and said she was a 60-year-old trying to get him in the closet. Did you hear that?
Wow, she wasn't 60 at the time. You're crazy.
But it was a million years ago, I think, is
Well, you
what he
see,
said
the,
in one
the
in
only
his
argument
deposition.
I would have that he's got, the only one I would think, because there was witnesses and everything else. Apparently, her girlfriends, it was documented, all kinds of stuff that went down at that time. But I would have stuck to my guns. I don't know her. I've never met her. Well, here's a picture of you. I take pictures with people all day, every day, thousands of people. And quite frankly, why do you think this will be Trump speaking?
Yeah.
Trump speaking.
You're giving voice
Why
to
do you
Trump.
think that particular woman, who's not my type, would stand out in my memory?
Okay, let's go back to just that one. She's not my type, and she pointed in his deposition, which
Yeah.
I don't know whether you
That's
saw it
my
or not.
wife, yeah.
And it wasn't. Yeah, he pointed to E. Jean Carroll and said, "That's my wife."
Yeah.
And yeah, so
And yet saying it's not my
not
type.
my type. Okay, so got
No,
him.
I
But-
thought he was doing that to show how much confused he was about.
Well, he's confused, all right. And so I don't want to hear any GOP talk about Biden and lack of faculties. That was ridiculous in the deposition. Okay, so Ukraine, we know he's going to end it in 24, and that's what Russia wants. So it seems to be on the same page as Russia in terms of foreign policy.
We're assuming.
We're
That's
assuming.
what I'm thinking.
Well, you can judge, what is it, by their fruits you will know them?
Well, let's
So-
go back to why would he do such a thing? I think he's this small-minded, my opinion, is because Yeltsin didn't give him what he wanted.
Zelensky?
Zelensky, sorry folks, Zelensky didn't give him what he wanted, and this would be revenge. I'll take your whole nation down. And quite frankly, my fellow brothers and sisters down south of the border, he'll take your nation down too to get his revenge on anybody he needs to. This guy is a revengeful man.
Well, remember the
Remember,
words
he's
of
your-
his finance advisor who said about Trudeau at the G7 conference in Canada, there's a special place in hell for Trudeau.
Yeah.
He's very spiteful. Yeah.
He's very spiteful. He does get revenge, and he ruins the lives of anybody that goes against him. So would he sacrifice millions of people in Ukraine to just say to Zelensky, you should have given me what I wanted? Yes, he
on
would.
Biden.
Yes, he would do that. Yes, he would do that. That's the kind of man he is. Yes, yes. He would do it in a minute, in a blink. In my opinion.
Is there-
Sorry, those who like Trump.
Is there anything that was surprising to you? Having you may not have watched it, or in between intermissions with the Leafs game, watched a bit of it. I followed all the things since I got up early this morning. So there's not a thing that is surprising to me except how he walked over Caitlin Collins and talked over her as if she wasn't there. And at one point, he even when she did try to interject and bring him back on topic, he said, "You know, you're a nasty person." I've heard him say that to so many reporters.
Well, yeah, because he just wants to speak over the thing, and he doesn't answer the questions. The only thing that might have been a little surprising to me is what I thought was, and I didn't see it all, so I may be wrong. I'd have to watch it like you. I watched the hockey game mostly. You saw a lot of the replays. I had to come here. But was the pro-Trump crowd, I was surprised that CNN would give in to such a thing unless they were duped. Somehow that accidentally happened, and Trump's people talked to the
Maybe they're all GOP donors. Was
Maybe.
that how they got vetted?
well
Because they were certainly soaking up everything Trump had to say, all his defiance, all of his lies, which he continued, denied the
but clapping
2020.
about things that are like frankly impossible.
Yes.
He can't end the war in 24 hours. He can't do that. And anybody with a half a mind, a pea brain, knows he hasn't got that power.
Well, he did
He could
use
just make it hell for whatever months or weeks it would take, but not 24 hours.
He did use the word stupid when he talked about election fraud. He said anybody who's not stupid could see that there's something fishy going on, that there were stuffed ballot boxes. It's on film. It's on, you can follow these, I don't know whether they're websites or whatever, truthers who said there were ballot boxes being stuffed. And it's on the video. You can see it. Anybody who's not stupid can figure it out. It's a shame for America. It's embarrassing
well,
for
then
America.
all those supporters of him that had to go down and pay fines were stupid.
And the 60-plus
Because they had
lawsuits
to
that were
admit
tossed
there
out of
was
federal
nothing
courts.
going wrong.
Yep.
They had to admit it.
Yes,
there was
they did.
nothing. There was no fraud. It is a dictator wanting, or a whatever you call
Yep.
it, wanting to take the nation. That's what it is. And if you vote him in, our brothers from the South again, you're losing your nation. I'm telling you flat out.
Yeah,
and you think you're gaining it, you'll be losing it. Your
So
freedoms will be
it's
gone.
not make America great again. It's just there was an America. There is no more an America. Is that
Well, look at he mentioned NAFTA. So
Yeah.
he's going to come after Canada.
Yeah, we're going to renegotiate it
Yeah,
again.
again and again.
Because we never get quite
Because
satisfied.
everybody's bad. You see, everybody's bad. But
him.
America.
But him.
Only America. And he is America.
Yeah, America first.
Yeah.
The CNN town hall was disappointing to me. Sounds like it was a little disappointing to you. Check it out for yourselves. Look at the YouTube clips. Don't go to the analysis. See it for yourself. Listen for yourself. Make your own opinions. The Jim and Terry Show, signing off.